Hi, today I'm going to do a commentary on Officer Ben Fields, the officer that slammed the student at Spring Valley High School. Um, I'm using it more as a tool to teach, just to share a different way of thinking of things. Not going to really go into the details of what was right and wrong in that video because there were wrongs on both sides of the video that create cause and effect. Now, as a parent uh, and a person that's raising some foster children, um, I find nowadays education today compared to when I went to school, where the teachers they discipline you. You get a through corporal punishment and things like that, and the parents supported the teachers, and especially when we were doing having poor grades and stuff. And never in my experience with all through school did a teacher ever abuse me um, through corporal punishment. But not going to get into that as well because there research out there that's proving that other forms of discipline works better, um, and that's for a completely different discussion, regardless if I agree with those new findings or not. So, um, with me, my personal experience with something like this, my kids, my a girl kid, child in particular, she had a cell phone and things like that, and I end up taking it from her because I check the record on the phone when I get it in the mail or on the internet to see, just to manage information and so forth. And she was using the phone during school, texting, and all that stuff during class. So I took the phone from her and explained to her that this phone is not to be used at school like that. The phone was meant to be there so I can contact her when things go, for anything, or she can contact me. Um, so I was able to address that situation because I took the time to invest into her, to see what's going on, see what needs to be addressed, and and one day and see when I can reintroduce some of these devices and educate her. So as far as the whole situation, I think from my personal experience that the parents need to be a little bit more involved with raising their children in educating them on ethics, etiquette, however you want to call it, especially when it comes to the educational environment. Now, I do think the educational system right now seems to be has a prison type approach to it with the swipe cards and things like that. Um, but I also have kids that are in that system, and though I disagree with some of the stuff and the business approach where you have to make appointments to meet teachers and stuff nowadays, um, I still teach my kids to be respectful, even when it's fair or unfair, and to do what you're told. And if it's an issue that comes up where they inform me about it, I can go to the school and address those issues because children are not really going to be taken seriously, in my opinion, on some things. And for the most part, the teachers, would have been were in the right. So um, again, it's our job as parents to raise our children and to educate them, um, and to teach them discipline. And when I say discipline, I'm not just talking about corporal punishment, but discipline in the ability to control oneself and feelings. And she shouldn't, and to not do things inappropriately, such as using a cell phone in class when you're supposed to be studying or learning information to move on to college. Um, by being defiant and rude shows a lack of home training in that regard. and of course the cause and effect led to further negativity, where the officer um, used what I think is a little bit inappropriate force to remove her from the classroom. I don't know all the rules and regulations of how you remove a student from a classroom that refused to leave. I know you can probably call the parents, have the parents come, but in that time period, classes already disrupted for a long period of time until the parent shows up. So, a lot of things go into this. Um, as far as my opinion, as far as what the officer did, was it appropriate? At the time, it probably was. But there are other ways to address issues like that could have been incorporated. So a lot have to do with policy and things like that needs to be addressed. But ultimately, in my opinion, the parents are to be held accountable for instilling um, societal disciplines in our children. It starts with me and my kids. How they react or act outside of school is based on how I teach them, not how the teacher teaches them. The teacher is not there to teach them those type of things, behavioral things. That is my job, and I take it very seriously. I stress it at the youth program that I'm involved with as well. So hopefully you guys learn something from this video, especially the ones parents who are foster care providers, because um, we as foster care providers sometimes get the stereotype that we're just in it for the money, and some of us are. There are a lot of some foster care parents are in it just for the money, and they'll do the bare minimum just for the money. But those of you who really care about these kids, I'm sure you're already doing this. Is teach them basic behavioral skills that they can interact with other things, even when they have attitudes, because you will get that. And communicate with the school and inform them that you are available to come to the school anytime they need you to be there. And you would find that the school will respond more positively and contact you when situations arise, as they do with me. So please subscribe, like the video if you like, and if you have a specific question, this issue, leave a comment down in the section below, and I will address those comments specifically in other videos. You all have a good day.